I'll introduce us.
Okay.
Well, so we're on live. Okay, so what you've got there is you can see the red dot that says we're live, and then that number there, if you can see it, 0. That means there's nobody watching at the minute.
Yeah.
And then that thumbs up is when people give a thumbs up. But usually we're a little bit behind, so I think people will be watching, and in a moment that number will start climbing.
Yeah.
So what I normally do is I start talking for a little bit, and I let some people join.
Yeah.
And then as soon as people realise that
While
we're
that
live,
says naught, nobody's listening at all.
not right now, no. So we
No.
can say anything we like.
Yeah.
But what usually happens is people will then come in, they'll all arrive in a bunch, and then suddenly it'll jump up and it'll say that there's 30
But we
people
don't start
watching.
talking any sense until it says 1.
No, we don't
Is
need
that
to start talking sense yet anyway. So where have you come from?
I need to save that, don't I?
No, well,
Otherwise I'd be
the
saying
thing
it
is as
again.
well, so this video will then go on YouTube,
I see.
and people can watch.
can then watch it from the beginning.
They can watch
so
it from
we
the
can
beginning.
start talking sense.
We've got one person.
All right,
Hello,
so
one
we can
person.
Hello, greetings.
Ladies and gentlemen, I'll do an introduction, and then I'm going to explain what just happened, because I enjoyed the fact that you accosted me about my number plate.
That's what I do.
Ladies and gentlemen, good morning from the Practical Classics Classic Car and Restoration Show. I am live in the Renault 10 with Jonathan. This is my first of probably many lives today, so keep checking the channel. See, it's jumped up. We've got 50 people watching
Greetings.
now.
Nice to talk to
I've just arrived really, and I'm setting my car up, and I've got the front open, and I'm sorting some stuff out, and I've put some signs on it and some mugs. And this lovely bloke here, Jonathan, has come up to me and he's accosted me saying, "What's with the number plate?" basically. But Jonathan Del Mar has literally written the book on number plates. That was your big introduction.
I suppose it was. David Simister of Classic Car Weekly, he calls me the guru of number plates.
The guru of
number plates.
number
And I suppose, in a way, I don't want to be too immodest, but I have published here the Bible. Once I published something about the Bible, then somebody said, "Are you the Pope?" That was a bit embarrassing.
Oh, right.
I had to climb back rapidly from that one.
Yeah.
But this is the Bible of number plates, and I can show you your number plate. So
Yeah.
this is
Look, we have
this one is 1963 to 74. That's my car on the front. And I've just published brand new volume 2, 1974 to 2001. This is the complete compendium of all the number plates in the country, telling you exactly which numbers were issued by which councils, which counties, which towns, which offices, and most importantly, which ones are original and which ones were issued by the DVLA as age-related plates later. So I came up to this nice fellow whose name is...
I'm Geoff.
Geoff. I came up to Geoff and hoped that he didn't think his number plate was original, because I knew immediately it was issued by the DVLA last year.
Exactly.
And he said it was imported from South Africa. Fair enough, that's fine. What I'm always hoping is not to hear that they didn't know it wasn't the original plate, that somebody, the previous owner, sold off the original plate, which is part of the car's history, sold it off for a couple of £100, and then left the poor car to be given a bogus new number by the DVLA. And my books sort out the sheep from the goats. So we'll take this car now as an example. So MCY 509, isn't it?
MCY 509G is the number plate.
So the CY, the last 2 letters of the 3, tell you where normally, traditionally, tell you where the car came from. So MCY, CY is Swansea. Nothing to do with the fact that Swansea is DVLA, just coincidence.
Yeah.
The DVLA happened to use this block, which is traditionally, as I said, a Swansea block. MCY, we look up Swansea in the book, and we find that the original series with a G suffix were OWN, PCY, PWN, RCY, RWN, and STY and SWN. Not MCY at all. For that, we look down here, re-registrations, MCY up to 148, and then DVLA 501 to 510.
So you can see that it's a current number plate, therefore, although it's an age-correct number plate, it wasn't issued in period.
Precisely.
Do you know what? It's really
absolutely encapsulated perfectly.
It's really boring, but it's absolutely fascinating. Do you know what I mean? It's one of those subjects.
Well, can be very absorbing, yeah, and to know whether your car does have the original number plate or not is something of great importance to many classic car owners.
Can we do another one? Can we do my BMW that I arrived in today?
Go on then. Yep.
So that is
number?
VN 05 VWR.
No, this is after. This is.
You've not gone that
after
fine.
2001. It's all a jumble of letters.
Okay,
which don't mean anything to anyone.
In that case, let's do my Volvo.
Anything up to 2001.
P257.
Yeah.
XJO.
P2. That's an original number from Oxford.
Yep.
That's in my volume 2, of course.
Yes, it would be.
1974 to 2001. P Okay, here's the piece.
Sorry, by the way, this is my Volvo 850 TDI that is not on the road at the moment, but I need to do some work on to get it back on for a big road trip.
Original number. I hope it's got an original plate and not one of these horrible Charles Wright. Charles Wright is the inventor of the new font.
Yes.
That all the standard. It's the standardized 21st century font.
Yeah.
All new cars have. And sadly, many classic car owners are buying new pieces of metal, number plates, with their original number, but a number plate, a new plate,
Yeah.
which is in this horrid font, which is so ugly.
What year did that font change over?
About 1990. I think it came in just
It's
before
late
2001.
90s.
It's late 90s. I can't put a date on it, I'm sorry to say, but I think it's 2001, you know, because I think during Y. I think it started during Y prefix.
I think you're probably right. So what I did with my Volvo is, because it was the original plate P257XJO,
Yeah.
what I did was I went to university down in Falmouth in Cornwall,
Yeah.
and in Falmouth there's a BMW dealership that sits right on the water. It's beautiful, and it's called Ocean BMW. So what I wanted was, in my fantasy world, it was Ocean Volvo. So I had a plate made in the correct font,
well done.
the correct 90s font, and I had
well done.
Ocean Volvo Falmouth put on the bottom of it.
Oh, that's
so
nice.
Eagle-eyed viewers.
Well, no, the
no.
JO is Oxford, but the Falmouth doesn't tie up.
Doesn't
so
exist.
It can't be the original number.
Exactly. Exactly.
But we have an original number, anything between TBW and all the way around to the end of the alphabet, that's YBW, and ABW to KBW, that's virtually the whole alphabet, but
Yeah.
not L to S.
Yeah.
So yours is PVJO?
P257XJO.
XJO. So anything after TBW,
Yeah.
BW, FC, JO, UD, WL, those are the codes for Oxford.
Yep.
Okay, so anything between TBW and YWL, and then they
Yeah.
started again at ABW and got up to KBW.
Yeah.
So about half the alphabet. So XJO is an original one, and I should think it would be about October, maybe November.
Yeah, that's probably about right.
Yeah,
Yeah, because I
so
think
that's an original number.
I think it's a
And then
September car.
If
so
you
that
had an
makes sense.
age-related plate from Oxford, it would be KBW or KWL, KUD, KFC. Start with a K, basically.
Yes, yeah, and there's a lot of Volvos of that age from Oxford, because Oxford were doing, I think they were issuing their fleet cars and doing their prep.
That's why.
There, and they were a lot of them were registered there.
Right.
So you find a lot of Volvo 850s and 940s that are on XJO or KJO number plates, because they all came from there.
I see. It's
quite
very
interesting,
interesting.
isn't
Yeah, there's one strange thing about Volvo and number plates, you know. There's something actually unique about Volvo and number plates. And this goes back into the 60s. They traditionally often had, and I'm thinking, where am I going to find this? Yes, I'm going to find this here, under Bolton. They often had little tiny, I don't know where you can see, it's not a very good picture.
Yeah.
They often had little tiny plates with a curved corners that fit exactly into the recess at the back of a Volvo. And that shape of plate with the rounded corners and trimmed right close to the digits is only Volvos had that.
Right.
And I'd love to know the history of that, why they decided to do that, and how they managed to get a plate manufacturer to do that only for Volvos.
Yeah.
It'd be interesting to know.
It would.
So I've got a not very good picture of it. No, you can't. You won't be able to see that. I don't think you'll be able to see that. But it's the top. It's the top right one. Is that right, or are we looking in a mirror? It's that.
Yeah, there you go. It's the Volvo
that one.
340 just
That
there.
one.
So there we
It's
go.
actually got one of those.
So if people want to find your books, Jonathan, where do they buy them? Can they buy them on the internet?
They can find them. David Thomas Motoring Books sells them.
Yep.
Other dealers, my publisher G.H. Smith.
Yep.
G.H. Smith in Yorkshire. They sell them. I sell them personally on my email, which I can tell you, jrdm.oakwood@gmail.com.
Wonderful.
jrdm.oakwood, it's the name of our house.
Yeah.
At gmail.com. And I will send you one for a special deal.
Luke Davis says, sounds like an interesting book to read.
Great.
And someone says,
I look
what's
forward to
this?
hearing from you.
Someone says, what's this? I see no anoraks.
Yes.
No anoraks. No.
It is a bit anoraki. It's niche.
It's very
But
niche,
it is not just crazy. It is actually a work of scholarship. It's a serious work that sets out to be completely encyclopedic.
And it's a part of motoring history, and it's
It is,
a part of motoring history that applies to every single vehicle that's at this show.
That's right. I once had a lemon from the MG car club. They said there's not enough about MGs in it. I replied, there's every single MG is in here, because there isn't an MG without a number plate.
Yeah.
And you need to know whether those numbers are original or not.
Brilliant.
Good.
Right. Thank you very much
All
for
right.
the chat. That's it, everybody.
Nice to talk to you all.
That was the first live broadcast of. Oh, hang on. Someone is saying.
Look forward to hearing from you.
Here's one interesting one from Harry Smith.
Yeah,
This is one for you.
PGK, that's quite interesting. PGK 666, the number of the beast.
Yeah,
Now
so-
that's an interesting number, 666. They stopped issuing that after G prefix.
Did they?
The last 666s were G prefix. After that, it's the number of the beast, and they withdrew them, and you couldn't have it any longer. That's
There you go.
1990. So PGK 666Y was an original number from London Southwest. It's one of the last because they ended at PGO.
Right.
So it's July 83, isn't it? Yeah, July 83, original number.
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Any
he'll
more
come back.
questions? GYC, a nice original number from Somerset. They got up to KYC, I remember, and they started at GYA. So it's probably all. Oh no, it's January, isn't it? It's January or February '66. Original number from Somerset.
Yeah.
Very nice.
There
Don't
we go.
sell it.
Don't. So I was going to ask you a question then, but I forgot. Oh, here's my question.
Yeah.
What was the very last?
TGS 561R. That's a Luton registration. Original. Oh, we're coming thick and fast.
I know
Catch
you-
me.
you'll be here all day now.
Original Cardiff number. That's fine. Buy a nice one. They don't issue. That was BUY. That's Worcestershire. Original number. They don't issue now any three-letter combinations that make a word.
Do they
so
not?
Some of that BUY, they just skip it over because they think it's worth money.
So they hold it back and then they put them in the DVLA auctions.
Exactly that. That's right.
Got you.
BUY 95W. Lovely number.
We've got GTA, and
GTA
CDO.
original. GTA, I'm pretty sure that's original. It's an Exeter number of Devonshire, of course. GTA, God, it's GTA. I think it is. Let me look. GTA Y. Yeah, Hod was the last. Yep, that's an original.
Okay, last question before we wrap up. What was the last number plate issued before we moved to the 2-digit 2-number format?
Well, there's one for each place.
Right,
Depends
okay,
where you are.
Oh, okay, got you.
So, name me
Could
a
be
place.
anything.
Let's say, where are we now?
Worcestershire.
Worcestershire. Okay, Worcester. The last number with a Y prefix is what you mean.
Yeah.
Y662CUY.
So you were. So if you could find that car, you could find the
That would be
very
the last number plate issued in Worcester before the new system.
interesting.
There you are.
Have you got a favourite number plate?
My favourite number plate, oh golly, isn't that interesting? Yeah, I think my favourite number plate is LDY1H because this is Hastings in 1970. They got as far as KDY, they were finishing KDY, and they finished KDY 999 July the 30th, and they just needed one more to the end of the year before J started, and they issued LDY1H.
Right.
And that was the only one.
That's
And
fascinating.
after that, they're all re-registrations. Any LDY with
So-
an H, only one.
So there
is
was
the
no
only one.
LDY2H. It never happened.
Well, it happened on re-registration.
On re-registration.
Age-related plates. They got up to about 11 or something.
Brilliant.
And then the J's started at, I think, 51.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm so glad you came up to me to talk about my number plate today.
Well, thank
and
you.
I think everybody who's watching really enjoyed that video.
I'll look forward to hearing from you all. Anybody who wants to book or wants to just chat on email about
Yep.
your original number, I'll tell you all about the history of your number plate. What's that? WME87G. That's an original number from London, but golly, from memory, they're really complicated. WME, I have a feeling it's northeast, but we can find this. WME with a G, WME, it's not, it's central. It's central London.
There you go, Central
Yeah.
London. Thank you very much, everybody. Jonathan will be here all day if I don't let him go. So thank you for all your comments. In fact, that was part 1, and then we'll find someone else to interview for part 2. But that was a brilliant start to the day.
Great pleasure, Geoff.
Thank you, sir.
Nice to meet you.
Take
and
care.
I wish you a successful day.
Cheers.
And I look forward to hearing from you all.
Now, can you find the door handle? That's
Can
the
I-
question. You've got to pull at the top there.
Amazing.
There we go. Oh, it's getting warmer here, actually.
It is,
Thank you,
isn't it?
Jonathan.
Thank you, Geoff.
Wonderful, everybody. That was brilliant.
All the best. Bye.